What's up, guys? Welcome to the Anime Sensei channel. Before we begin, remember to subscribe if you haven't yet, and press that bell icon to stay updated of all the new content we're creating. And beware for the following spoilers. Saredo, Tsumibito wa Ryuu to Odoru. A world full of dragons and Jushiki sorcerers is the setting of Saredo Tsumibito wa Ryuu to Odoru. Jushiki is the extremely powerful formula that can alter the literal laws of physicality. It's capable of creating ginormous explosive devices or poisonous gases through plasma, explosive, biochemical, or nuclear fission. Gaius, a downtrodden and straight-up unlucky sorcerer, joins forces with the terrifying yet gorgeous Jushiki practitioner, Gigina. They bind together as a duo of bounty hunters pursuing dragons. Until one day, they get an odd task to serve as security guards at a festival by the emperor of their kingdom, Mugen. Soon after, a mysterious series of murders of Jushiki sorcerers begins. Gaius and Gigina must use all of their absolutely broken, overpowered abilities to hunt down the murderers. Shining Hearts. Shiawase no Pan, the island of Windaria, is not a place where many exciting things happen. However, one day a gorgeous yet mysterious young girl named Kaguya washes up on the shore of the Windaria island after a great rainstorm. Luckily, she encounters the protagonist, Rick. Rick is a swordsman who ended up working at a god-forsaken bakery. As it turns out, Kaguya is suffering from memory loss and apathy. The island of Windaria turns upside down as swarms of pirates have come hunting for a special spirit stone that Kaguya wears around her neck. Knowing this situation, Rick decides to pull his sword back out of the pantry and bring peace back to his island and help Kaguya retrieve her memories. Under the Dog. The story takes place in the location of Neo-Tokyo in the year 2025. This is 5 years after a brutal attack on the Tokyo Olympics in 2020. Students that possess special abilities are forced to work under an elite anti-terror organization working under the United Nations. These fight against other ability users who might be a threat to the world. If these agents ever fail at completing their assignments, they're killed along with their families with bombs planted in their heads. Suicide Squad style. A Swedish girl by the name of Anthea Kallenberg is a member of this coveted covert ops unit, and she seeks to find out who she really is. Anthea is a badass assassin with some of the most overpowered ninja techniques that you'll see in the film. This story is a struggle against the cruelty of fate and humanity's nature of finding hope even in the bleakest of circumstances. Kemono Michi, Rise Up. The last thing you can expect from someone summoned from another world and having an audience with the princess is to freaking suplex the living hell out of her and knocking her out cold. However, this anime did exactly just that, with the MC being transported in the middle of his pro wrestling match and given the request to save the world from the monsters infesting it. After he escapes, he wanders off for a while exploring this new world and decides to become a beast hunter that catches and befriends all kinds of monsters and animals this whimsical world has to offer. Even though he's a wrestler, he's still a cuddly bear on the inside that just loves animals and is ready to destroy anyone that harms him. Senkou no Night Raid. This is a purely Japanese anime that takes a ton of inspiration from Hollywood classics such as James Bond films and Christopher Nolan's Inception. Senkou no Night Raid features a ton of different ideas in a crammed 13-episode package. The pre-World War II setting, a protagonist that has an extremely lovable personality, a cast of side characters with their own motivations and powers, along with a brilliant ex-machine storyline that will make anyone fall in love with the series. Kazura Iha is a just and prideful spy, which often conflicts with his job as a spy too. Kazura's superpower is the ability to teleport himself and others from one place to an entirely different place. Kazura is also highly skilled in Daitru-ryo Aikijujutsu and fluent in many languages such as Chinese, German, and English. His superior intellect and fighting skills means that he can outplay and outmaneuver each and every hurdle thrown at him. 5. Vivid Strike. Vivid Strike is the story of Rin and Fuka, two orphans who were raised in the same orphanage and were really close friends. However, their friendships grew weak after a small brawl, where Rin put Fuka down with her superior martial arts skills. Fuka has a terrible life after the orphanage, living in pure poverty. Fortunately for her, an accidental stumble into martial arts fighting champion Einhold Stratos leads to them discovering Fuka's hidden talents in the fighting field. Einhold offers Fuka a job coaching and a chance to meet her childhood friend/rival once more, but this time in a boxing ring. Vivid Strike is a massive improvement over its predecessors, and it's a really amazing series in its own right as well. The narrative about old friends trying to reconnect through the thing that made them fall out is a somber one, while the action itself is well animated and choreographed. This is an anime for the ages. 4. Kuma Bear. As a gamer myself, I can actually relate to this series when it comes to putting on some embarrassing armor just for the stats. Even if it makes me look like Hello Kitty, the stats are worth the hassle. And that's exactly what happened with this Vermo player. After a complete year of playing the game, the admins gifted a bear armor that looked embarrassing to wear that had insanely high stats. It was broken as hell. The moment she put it on, she was transported to a new world that she couldn't recognize. Being the veteran she is at games, however, she thinks nothing of it and decides to go on adventures exploring this new world she's in. Three. Planet With. This MC is weird to explain. He isn't that complicated or anything, just weird. He's the main character of this series, but due to his amnesia and memory loss, these glimpses of memories trick him to think that the heroes are actually the cause behind the destruction of his planet. And because of that, his actions at the beginning of the series are those of an antagonist rather than the protagonist. Nothing is the way it seems at first, and there's a lot of hidden content and agendas that characters hide their true intentions behind. The powers of the MC allow him to pilot a cat-looking Gundam with rippled eyes that has a pile driver that will knock anyone unlucky to face it so hard it will throw them into last year. 2. Mugen no Juunin. Manji's fame in feudal Japan for being known as the 100-man killer is his pride and joy as a swordsman. He's killed over 100 innocent men. But what's more frightening than his killing sprees? The fact that he's literally immortal and cannot be killed. This is done by the 800-year-old nun, Yaobikuni, who has placed bloodworms inside of Manji's body. These bloodworms are capable of healing any ailment within seconds. Now, to atone for his evil deeds as the guilt weighs down on him, Manji sets out to do what he does best, kill 1,000 evil men. Yaobikuni agrees to his proposal and promises to undo his curse of immortality if he succeeds. He soon meets Rin Asano, a young girl who begs for his help in killing the men who massacred her parents. Manji agrees to help Rin out and promises to protect and serve her for 4 years. With this partnership set in absolute certainty, the duo sets out on a journey of redemption, revenge, vengeance, and most of all, absolute carnage. The relationship between Rin and Manji plays out in the most perfectly platonic way, and it's just an absolute joy to watch. Not to mention, some of the gore here is absolutely amazing. 1. Pandora Hearts. The main character, young Oz Vesalius, is the prince and heir to the throne of the Vesalius Duke House. The perilous world called the Abyss is not much more than a folktale in his opinion, and he thinks it was invented to scare misbehaving children. Unfortunately, Oz's life is turned upside down when on his coming-of-age ceremony, the malicious Baskerville clan ambushes them and throws Oz into the darkest depths of the Abyss. The young boy of only 15 now knows that his life of luxury and tranquility is at its end. He must confront the dangerous world of the Abyss and the monsters that dwell within it. And with this, we conclude our video. If you enjoyed this list, I want you to smash that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe and press that bell icon to keep you notified of all our new videos. Also, comment down below on the anime you liked the most on this list, and if you're planning to watch any of them. And if you have any suggestions, place them in the comments as well. Until next time, see ya! If you got a problem to speak out, I'm a cowboy and let's bebop, stand skate at the treetop.
Berserk what I'm keeping on rewatch. Hunter, I freak out. When I'm in my room, you should keep out. I'm a ghost in the shell, push you through hell like gun grave. That's a story to tell if you.